Hey guys, what's happening? Just hanging out on the floor today. You know how it goes. We got a question today from Kettlebell VIP Darren, and Darren asked, Chris, when I'm doing a get up, my off leg, so my opposite leg, keeps on coming up off the ground when I'm initially getting up onto my elbow. How do I fix that? Is that bad that it's happening, or what exactly is happening, and how can I stop it from happening? It's actually a good question, a really common problem. I was in Calgary, Alberta, teaching a course, a kettlebell course, and we talked a lot about your body's, or the way your body is architecturally built. So here was my advice to people that were having that problem. Well, initially, first, this is the problem. So you've got your kettlebell in your working arm, you're locked out, you've got a shoulder pack, your shoulders packed, and then you get up onto your elbow, and then this is what happens. Okay, so as you come up, that leg automatically comes up. So understand, and you've heard me say this before, that architecturally, our body is built in an X pattern, right? So there's a direct relationship between my right shoulder and my left hip as there is with my left shoulder and my right hip. And on the back side, the same relationship occurs between my right lat and my left glute, and my left lat and my right glute. And if you don't believe me, just take a look at the way you walk. When you walk, you step forward with your left, and so your left hip is flexing, and then your right shoulder is flexing at the same time, and then the opposite happens when you take a step with your right leg, and then there's that extension relationship going on with your lat and your glute on the opposite side when all of that is occurring. So your body is built in an X pattern. So one of the best ways, well, even going beyond that, if you take a look at the get up itself, the get up is based on that X pattern. So you can see when I do my sweep, my supporting leg and arm are opposite. So I've got that relationship again between my left shoulder and my right hip as I sweep through and go from the tall sit into post. So there's that X relationship automatically built into the get up. So how do we solidify that X relationship? Because when you're getting up onto your hand, that's exactly what's happening. You don't have that relationship, or that connection isn't firing as well as it could. And the answer to it is actually original strength. As far as my practice is concerned, it's building that relationship between the right shoulder and left hip, and the left shoulder and the right hip. And how do we tackle that? We do a simple segmental roll, because that in essence is going up from the elbow is a roll. It's a segmental roll connecting the shoulder to the hip. So if I'm on my back to perform a segmental roll, and I suggest you do this before you do your get-ups, all you have to do is take your arms over your head. You want to imagine that you're dead or paralyzed from your chin down. So everything below is dead weight. And then what you're going to do is you're going to lift your head, because your head still functions. You're going to lift your head. You're going to look down on a diagonal towards an object in the vicinity of your left hip. And then you're going to reach forward and reach forward and reach forward. And as you can see, my center of gravity is shifting as I'm moving my head and my arm, and I'm going to slowly flop over. And then you're going to do the exact same thing going back, where you connect your right shoulder to your left hip, going over, looking over, and coming back around. So that's a segmental roll. So if I did it again, I'm going to look, I'm going to reach, I'm connecting my shoulder to my hip. So we're really accentuating that X relationship, that cross-body relationship through the fascial sling, and going over and reaching, and then coming back, and then on the other side, all the way over and back. And you can see that I'm segmentally rolling, and I'm just kind of flopping over. And again, it's all about creating that relationship between the right and the left side through the core, so through your abdomen. So try those before you do your get-ups if you have that problem, and see how it fixes it. I can pretty much guarantee it'll probably fix it depending on the weight that you're using. We were at this course, and we had 9 out of 10 participants who tried it were able to clear up that issue of that leg lifting while they were about to attempt that initial get up to sit up, going up to the elbow on their get up. Okay, so give that a shot. That's combining original strength principles with kettlebell training. I'm Chris Lopez, kettlebellworkouts.com and alphadadproject.com, and I will see you in the next video.